I love tactical shooters because for the most part, there's really not much not to love for me. Yeah, I'm out. That was enough getting shot for me. I think I'd rather do more of the shooting now. Just like that. See, that was a lot more in... What was that? And there might even come a time where you want to expose your friends to these type of shooters because you find them fun.
5 minutes later.
Oh, if you press T, you can see my body cam footage.
Did you just shoot at me? Oh, hey! Okay. Hey! Oh my god, you're so stupid! You're so stupid! I killed everyone in that room, you moron! There's dead bodies right there! You saw my flashlight!
No, I'm just
You
gonna go
saw
kill
my
myself.
flashlight!
I did not see
You
your
are
flashlight.
the biggest incel loser ever!
Just restart it. Just
I
restart
hate you
it.
so much!
It's not my fault.
I have to hold you on a leash to make sure that you don't pump me full of lead anytime we get even separated by a foot and a half.
Dude, I'm scared.
And trust me, fear is a completely reasonable response to have in this game. But, maybe next time, don't take the head off of your teammate. And more specifically, me. Why is it always me? Fuck. I hate you! I hate you! Ready or Not is a team-based tactical shooter in which you play the role of a SWAT team member. The various locations have you pinned up against different kinds of criminals. Not like car thieves, like the type of criminals you think it would be fun to shoot. Yeah, come and play Ready or Not. We got My Mom and Her Friends, a place where the Breaking Bad substance is being used, distributed, and, used a lot.
Are you upstairs or downstairs?
This guy punched me and ran away, and I just shot wildly because he stunned me, and then he got back down.
I'll pay you to look the other way.
Yo, I cannot.
He just came from underneath the bed. My complete inability to aim aside, this is honestly probably the scariest map in the entire game for the sole reason that you never really know what's going to happen. These guys are fueled on another level. There's no human pattern to them at all. So locate the packages.
Red crystal meth, you want some?
Nah, if it ain't Walter's package, I don't want it. Bring order to the chaos, and arrest anybody you can to get the heck out of here as fast as possible. Neon Tomb is our next area of focus, and this is the most chaotic and hard to look at map in a video game that I have ever experienced. Unlike My Mom and Her Friends, these guys are actually equipped to deal with the SWAT raid, carrying body armor that can block most low caliber shots, and having weaponry that can kill you pretty much instantly. These guys are so desperate that they'll rig explosives to civilians that I will inevitably detonate. Mink. Mink. Oh! Bottom line, these guys are incredibly dangerous and they obviously know what they're doing. And this happens everywhere in the game, but specifically in Neon Tomb, sometimes you're gonna die and have absolutely no idea what just happened. Oh my god! Okay. Ah, my eyes! Ah, he's already dead! Ah, you idiot! Ah. Oh!
Oh my god!
Even more to our detriment, this is a club. What do clubs have? Massive strobe lights that block your vision in every conceivable way. Pretty much the only time you're going to be able to get a super clean shot off is if the person is moving or if they're actively shooting at you and you can track their muzzle flash. Another part of this map is that the civilians are surprisingly hard to tell apart from the bad guys. Civilians wearing formal wear and security wear that is normally black, which causes all the synapses in my brain to fire, causing my finger to hold down on the trigger and not let go until whatever's standing in front of me is no longer alive. All that being said, Neon Tomb is a 10 out of 10 map with a 10 out of 10 atmosphere with a 1 billion out of 10 friendly fire. Having enough strobe lights for the day, we decided to swap up the map to Hospital, fittingly named Relapse. This map has more floors, longer hallways, and more rooms sealed off by more doors. All the things I just mentioned pretty much being catalysts for instantly being killed. There's a pretty significant chance that when you're trying to clear out a floor, you'll miss an enemy and and then he'll climb down the stairs at a later time and just beam you in the back. My headcanon for this mission is that all of the gunmen in the hospital are entirely comprised of civilians that we have shot in the past. And our proclivity to killing innocent people on accident really worked against the gunmen in this map because they dress up in hospital gowns like they're patients. Little did they know I was probably going to end up shooting them anyways.
Heads or tails, buddy?
Tails.
Tails?
Tails.
Fortunate. She gets to live today.
I was gonna say, dude, every time I play, I always lose. So what's the point of even saying if you're gonna kill him every time anyways?
Oh my god. Take that, buddy.
Oh my god!
What a fucking loser.
This brings us to the Valley of the Dolls, which honestly is a hard map just to sit through. To be honest with you, some of the imagery is so disturbing, like at least it is to me, that I don't really feel like showing it. Mainly due to the fact that this map revolves around pedos. But that also makes this map highly enjoyable, because that means all of your killing is absolutely more than justified. Feel free to go ham on everybody. One of the most intolerable things on this entire map, no, in the entire game, is this woman who stuffed herself in a closet and
Where is my super suit?
How do I get her to cooperate with me? Unlucky for her, my supply of patience is significantly lower than my supply of ammunition. Now for what I believe to be hands down the most challenging place in this game, the cherry orchard. We're not leaving cherry farms alive.
We're definitely not. This map is...
What? Oh god! Wait! No, what? Ow! Oh! Oh! But in this eternal darkness, there is a light.
They call me the wall.
In this singular half a second long clip, a gag turned into a legitimate strategy for success.
You know what they call me down at the precinct?
What do they call you?
I'm the wall, buddy. My father said that I wasn't the wall. I'm the wall.
The wall not only gave us our morale boost, but it gave us an opening. Every time we employed the strategy, we would get that much further and that much further until one wall became many walls.
My father
Was a drinker.
he was a heavy alcoholic.
Abused my mom.
One day I had enough. One day, I beat his ass with a brick.
Let's knock politely.
Hello, sir.
The wall strategy was slow, it was clunky, and somewhat lacking in firepower. But what it lacked in pure efficiency, it made up for in survivability. We would consistently get pretty far in the raid, only to be stumped out some way or another by strategies that were beyond our mortal comprehension. This strategy was anything but guaranteed, though. It was still quite hard to push past some parts of the orchard. The thing making this strategy probably the most difficult out of anything we could have done is the fact that we were using 9mm to 45 ACP, and these enemies were kitted out. What we eventually figured out is shooting near an enemy or hitting them in a non-vital area and then telling them to get down would sometimes, not always, this wasn't foolproof, it would sometimes cause them to drop their weapon and surrender. At some point, they would have to understand that he's up against the wall. Some would even have the audacity to surrender before we even attacked them, but the wall doesn't take prisoners. But just like every great structure ever made by human beings, the wall would eventually fall. Through the rubble of the wall, the fog came. The fog strategy was basically just gas everything in sight. You know, I made it sound like a lot cooler than it actually is, to be honest with you. What it lacked in visual flair like the wall, it was insanely effective. Oh.
Joker!
Man, if me and my friends were any smarter, we would be so good at this game. Massive thank you to my friends. I really appreciate them. They were a massive help in making this video. This is the only, like, long-form, super hyper-edited video I've ever made, and it shows because this took me about 12 hours of straight editing to make. I waited it to beg until the very end because, you know, the least amount of people will see it here, but if you could please do something to, like, share this video and like it, I would really appreciate it. This took my entire soul for about 3 days. Hope you're just having a fantastic day. Yeah.
Oh, it's time for the wall!
You know what they call me down at the precinct? I'm bleeding out. Please help.